So Lil Wayne, he's projected to miss the #1 spot on Billboard. Mm, mm. So let me take a look at let's take a look at Lil Wayne real quick, his first week sales projections. Now, Lil Wayne had a lot of stuff going on. A lot of people, from my videos to all the videos around the world, excuse me, a lot of people were bashing his new album, Carter 6. Okay. And if you remember last week, I said the Carter 6, I gave it a 6 or a 6.5 out of 6. A 6.5 out of 10, my bad. But a lot of people bashed it. So with all that being said, I was curious. I was real curious to see what his first week sales were going to be, because I am a numbers guy, right? Not solely on numbers, but if you look at this, Lil Wayne's The Carter 6 first week sales projections are in. And look at this. He's projected to sell 110,000 equivalent units. 35,000 of that number is made up of actual sales. All right. Now he's going to debut at #2. He's going to debut at #2, and Morgan Wallen, the country music star, he just released his album last week. I think it damn near went gold last week, but now Lil Wayne came out, and I had a feeling Lil Wayne may have not went #1. These are around the projections that I thought he was going to do, like 100. And I said if he did below 100,000, then it was a bad look. But some people look at this as Wayne fell off. This is the first time Wayne hadn't had a #1 album in I don't know how long, and it's a huge drop from the Carter 5. The Carter 5 did like 400K, I want to say, the first week. But let me say this, man. I don't think that these are really bad numbers for a 2025 Lil Wayne. I don't think that I think he did fall off as an artist, but the fact that, imagine if Morgan Wallen wasn't out, or Waylon, however you say his name. The fact that Lil Wayne could go #1 in 2025 is very impressive. That shows that Lil Wayne is still relevant. He's still relevant, okay? Even if he doesn't rap as well as he used to, even if he hasn't grown as an artist, like I said, he's still impactful to the culture. These numbers prove it. If anybody who's been rapping since the 90s can still go #1 and still do 100,000, I know it's a significant drop from a few years ago when the Carter 5 came out. But for him to not have any hit singles, for him, he had promotion for it. But for Lil Wayne in 2025, I think that's pretty impressive, And like I said, if the Morgan Wallen dude wasn't out, Wayne would have definitely went #1. So that just I want to applaud Wayne, man. It's hard to stay relevant in hip hop. It's hard to stay relevant in music, period. And to be doing it as long as he did it, I think it's very impressive that he can crack 100,000. And then 35,000 of that came from pure album sales. That shows that Lil Wayne has a great fan base, a core fan base, and he's still relevant. No matter how bad you trash that album, how much you don't like it, Wayne still has a name, and a relevant name as well. There's a lot of artists that can't even do that. Like Glorilla can't do 100,000 the first week. Megan Thee Stallion can't do Sexy Red, and I'm naming the women, but it's a lot of people who can't do 100,000 the first week, but he did. For rapping as long as he did, I think those are pretty impressive numbers. Now, it is a significant decrease for sure. But I mean, I don't know who was expecting anything higher. I projected it was going to do no more than like 150, 140, 150. That was my projection. So this is lower than my projection, but I think Wayne is still relevant. Or I know, if you look at the numbers now, it's a lot of people who've been bashing, talking about he fell off and all this other stuff. But I mean, this is pretty good. It's pretty good. But what does this say for the future? Now that he's had a big drop in first week sales, right? I don't think he's gonna have any hit records off of this. This has been heavily critiqued, heavily bashed. What does this say about Lil Wayne in the future? What will the Carter 7 do? Will people be tuned into it? Does this put a chink in his armor? The fact that he's not #1. You know what I'm saying? Because some people still look at that. Okay, two is not a winner, and 3 nobody remember. But all in all, where does this go from now with Lil Wayne? A lot of people feel like he put a stain on his legacy with this Carter 6 that came out. But to me, like I said, I don't think it was that bad. I don't even think it was a bad album. I think that he sounded bad on a lot of the album, But I think overall, I think it was pretty decent, a decent offering for a Lil Wayne album. As Turk and them say for New Orleans, Lil Wayne. I think it was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? For him. Now it's a couple of tracks that I still would have in rotation. I like the Band from NO joint. And by the way, Nicki Minaj, she dropped a remix. She put a verse on Band in NO, Band from NO, and it was so corny. She called out Jay-Z and the NFL for not having Lil Wayne at the Super Bowl. Man, if y'all don't get over that, it is over with. Kendrick did the Super Bowl. It's a wrap. The only reason that people were tuned in for Wayne to do the Super Bowl because they thought it was fitting because it was New Orleans. That's it. But it's a wrap. Let it go. Let it go. Okay. Wayne is still a GOAT, but he's a legacy act. For a legacy act to be damn near going number one, doing over 100K the first week, 35,000 pure sales, I think that that's monumental. And it shows the impact that the Carter series had on the culture. You know, so I applaud. Shout out to Lil Wayne. I applaud Lil Wayne, and I know, you know, people think I bash him all the time. My video of him did pretty good on TikTok and Instagram. So yeah, thank you for everybody on my Instagram who follows me on there for the support, sharing. Also, the people in the Resview community who share the videos, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for that from the bottom of my heart. Keep sharing these videos though. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so let's move.